So let's quickly start with our hands-on session of web hosting with AWS. So let's quickly go through outline. These are the outline. Today we are going to perform the four main tasks of web hosting. First one is web hosting using S3, right? It's having the static website hosting. Second one is website hosting using EC2. Third one is website hosting with Elastic Beanstalk, which is actually platform as a service and which is highly used in CI/CD pipeline nowadays in the industry. In Elastic Beanstalk, we have three different tasks. We will host simple static website. It's only having the web application, or sorry, application tier only. Second task in a Beanstalk is dynamic application. It means 2-tier or 3-tier application, how you can host with Elastic Beanstalk. And last one is how to host website using CLI on Elastic Beanstalk. And last one is a OOPS work, right? And I will show you at the end of this webinar the few CI/CD demos so you can perform from your side. And it's really helpful to understand how it exactly works. So without wasting time, let's start with our first task. But before that, I would like to tell you that I'm going to also cover Route 53, which help you to host your domain, right? So how to redirect your web application to your domain.
So this is the architecture for hosting a static website on S3 along with Route 53. So when user type domain name on an address bar of the browser, that request first redirect to your service provider. So in this scenario, our domain name service provider is Freenoms.com. So that Freenoms.com have a list of NS record. It will redirect your request to Route 53, and Route 53 have a endpoint to the bucket, right? So here, first we configure Route 53. So let's go.
You can see my browser screen. Now here, this is one site, it's freenom.com, from where I just purchased one free domain, not purchase, just use one free domain. That's ascwebinar.ml. So here I'm going to log in. Here you can see I have purchased this ascwebinar.ml. So here you have to just click over here, click on manage domain, right? So in our AWS console, here you have to just click on Route 53. See why I'm telling this service first, because we have to configure the name server and it will take 5 to 10 minutes. So we just finish this task first and then I will show you how to redirect it, right? So in a Route 53 service, Route 53 is kind of DNS service which is provided by AWS, right? So here you can create your domain, host your domain, you can create list of record set, right? So here I will show you that one demo. So here you can see I already purchased the 2 domain from GoDaddy and I redirect that 2 domain over here. But today I'm going to create completely new one. So here you have to click over here. You have to create hosted zone first. So here, create hosted zone. Here you have to write your domain name, which is same like your this one, ascwebinar.ml. Just copy paste over here and just click over here to create. Right. So when you create, when you host your zone on AWS Route 53, it will by default create the 2 record. It called name server record and SOA record. So how it exactly redirect? Whenever you just type www.google.com or xyz.com, your first query goes into that specific domain service provider. So right now here, our domain service provider is a Freenom, right? So whenever I type ascwebinar.ml, it will completely redirect my request to this server, right? But here, this server again have to redirect somewhere where actually your application is hosted. So here you have to add your name server record. So here they by default use their default name server, but I'm going to add the 4 name server record which is created over here, right? So here I'm going to create add this 4 name server record to this name server task. So here you can see I will copy paste all that 4 name server record. I will show you how it exactly redirect, right? Now you can see. So now I'm going to click over here and it will take around 3 or 5 minutes, right? Which will reflect on a real DNS server. right? So I just click over here, change name server. So now what exactly happened? As I told you, we have a three different way to host our application, but at the end you have to redirect it from your domain, right? So whenever I'm typing ASC webinar.ml, it will first goes into the Freenoms server, right? And Freenoms already have your list of name server, and that name server redirect your request over here, right? And here we are going to add one more record that's called a record, or you can say like your end application endpoint. Your application endpoint you have to create over here. I will show you how to create it, right? So it will take 5-10 minutes. So I will cover this point first. Now let's start with our first topic, that is the root hosting website using S3. Okay, so S3 is a one kind of storage service. So I will cover the few introduction point of Amazon simple storage service S3. So here AWS provide two type of storage. One is the object storage, and second one is a block storage. So object storage where you can store like simple objects like video, photos, PDF, text file, audio, word file, or whatever type of small file you can store over here. And block storage is used to store databases and operating system, right? Like our EBS volume, okay? Our computer hard disk or database, operating system kind of thing you can store over here, right? And here I also add one logo of Dropbox, because Dropbox is the first user of this service from Amazon. You already know that Dropbox is a one kind of platform, software as a service provider, which help you to, which give you the few storage space on a cloud, right? So Dropbox is currently utilizing S3 bucket, right, to provide some cloud virtual storage services to their client. So here S3 is a durable, scalable storage, right? You don't need to bother about how much storage you require in future. Don't worry about it. Whatever type, size of storage you want, just start creating one bucket and just store it over there. It will provide you, right, whatever size of storage you want. Second one is object-based storage, as I told you, right? And 0 to 5 terabyte. See, this is not actually bucket haven't any specific limit, right? But you can store maximum 5 terabyte of object, right? Storage size of S3 bucket is unlimited, but maximum size of object you can store over there, it's a 5 terabyte, right? And you can store files are stored in a bucket, as I told you. And again, S3 have a 6 different storage classes. Guys, here I'm not going to waste our time on the PPT. I will quickly finish this slide and jump over to the console so we can explore how it exactly works, right? So S3 having the 6 different storage class. First one is the S3 standard, right, where you can frequently access, or you can say frequent access storage class. Second one is S3 one zone. One zone, it means your data only available in a specific single data center. If any natural calamities occur or any problem will occur or some failure will occur, you will not find your backup data. It will completely lost, right? Third one is S3 infrequent access. Infrequent access, it means what? Once you store your data and it will not utilize for your next few months or days, right? It will automatically move from standard to infrequent. It means that storage having the least cost, right? Then third one is an intelligent tier. Intelligent tier, it means what, guys? In S3, there is a one concept, it's called life cycle, right? You have to configure life cycle. It means what? Okay, after 30 days, whatever object you store in a bucket, it will if that object will not access frequently, then that object will automatically move to the second tier. Second tier, it means you can say like infrequent access storage, where the cost is completely low, right, compared to standard one. So here, this life cycle will help you to reduce your cost, right? But intelligent tier done this thing automatically without your human intervention, or you don't have to manually define the number of days or specific timeline of life cycle, right? So intelligent tier perform this task automatically. S3 Glacier is also least cost storage class of S3, where you can store your data in a cheap cost. But actually retrieval time is very high compared to the previous two storage classes. And last one is S3 Glacier Deep Archive. It means again it will store with the very high level of compression algorithms, and it will store where the storage charge is very least, right? So here feature of S3 is versioning. I will show you these 4 different features on a hands-on session: versioning, cross-region replication, lifecycle management, and static website hosting. So you can perform this 4 different kind of thing over there. right? So this is the process how to create bucket on S3. So let's jump to the our console. Yes, so here you can see S3 is a part of storage service. Here I'm going to click over S3 service, right? Bucket name is a global namespace, right? So you cannot use the same name of bucket again and again, right? So for example, here I'm going to create, just wait, I have to remove this first because I have to create the same bucket name over here. See, before deleting bucket, you have to remove all the object from this bucket, right? So before delete bucket, you have to remove the object from inside, then you can delete it. Why I'm going to delete? Because here I have to use the same name because I purchased the same name domain, and there is a one condition in S3. If you want to redirect your static website to specific domain, then bucket name should be same, must be same as your domain name, right? So here I'm going to delete this bucket so you can understand how it exactly. Okay, try to delete is not empty. You must delete. Okay, okay. Why it show this error? Because our still I already enabled the versioning concept, so all the versions are there. So I have to delete this version first because the bucket is still not completely empty. Now you can see this bucket is completely empty. Now you can delete it. Okay, now the bucket is completely deleted. Now I'm going to create the same bucket name ASC webinar.ml. Right? So here I'm going to remove this block all the public access. So I'm going to remove this public access. Sorry, I'm going to remove the private access, right? So now bucket is going to public. Okay. Now you can say this is our bucket ascwebinar.ml. Now what I have to do, you have to go to the property. You have to enable, as I told you, we seen the three features, right? Versioning, static website, cross-region replication, and one more thing is, I forget it. I will show you. So here you can see I'm going to enable the static website hosting, right? So here you can see there is a predefined endpoint generated for you over here. Bucket name, you have to define the two different file, as you already know that when you type or when you send a request on a server, right? Or for web application, the first file always it's called index.html, right? So here I have to add index.html. And if you will not find index.html, then you have to show some message on a screen. Then this is the error.html, right? It will show some error message over here, right? So here I'm going to click save. Now what I have to do, I have to just upload that two file, right? And here is this two file. Okay, next. Here I have to give the grant access to public read access to the object. So we can call it from our domain name, right? Next, and upload, right? So here you can see now I'm going to click over here. You can see this is the specific object. If I click over here, you can see this is the site. But here I would like to access this same file from my domain name, right? So what I have to do, as I told you, I already created one hosted zone. So here route 53, which is under networking and content delivery section. So I click over here, right? So we already have the hosted zone. Click over here. Just go to the webinar.ml. Now we have to create one record set, right? Why? Because once you type ASC webinar.ml from your browser, your request first goes into the Freenom's domain server, right? And it will redirect you over here because we already modified the name server record, right? But once your request reached to the AWS domain server, where they have to actually divert, right? So for that, we have to specify our application endpoint. So here we have to create record set, right? Here you can see we already have ASC webinar.ml word, right? If you want to add www or HTTP, you can add over here. Otherwise, you have to click over here the alias, and you can see this is our, as I told you, right? You will automatically receive the bucket which we already created in S3 service. Okay, so here I have to just click select over here, right? Now simply click on create. Okay. So let's type this domain name on our screen. So you will check how it exactly work. Yes, see guys. So we can access Charu said, welcome to ASC webinar of web hosting using AWS. It's very simple. Guys, if you want to host any static website for any specific technical events, right? You can directly use this service to use for publications or any kind of announcement, right? So this is the best way you can host your static website, right? Okay, one more thing. So if index.html will not find, then how you can see the error message? So here I'm going to remove index.html from the bucket. I'm going to delete this object, right? Now again, I'm going to see, right? Oops, it's error. Okay. So using this, you can pass the message, whatever type, if under maintenance, or if you are having another kind of technical issue, you can write your message in an error.html file. So they can, user can easily understand regarding your problem. So again, as I told you, one more features of S3 that is called versioning, right? So here I'm going to enable the versioning, see, right? So you already know that I already upload index.html previously, right? And once again, I'm going to upload that index.html. Upload it. Let's click over here, redirect. It will not show you. Why? Why? See, this is also one important point you have to take care when you deal with the S3. By default, whenever you upload your object, it will not publicly accessible. So for that, you have to click on an object and you have to go to the actions and you have to click on make it public. Once you click and make it public, and now here you can see, again, I'm going to refresh my site. You can see this is the Charu said, welcome to the ASC webinar of web hosting using AWS. Now guys, you have some event which you have to frequently organize in your institute, in your organization, or in your company, right? And you don't want to bother about to change or design website every time. So what you can do, here you can see I'm going to modify that index.html file, and I'm again upload it over there, add it, and here I'm going to add it's version 2. Save it, change it. See guys, again, I'm going to upload the same object. You don't need to change the file name, right? AWS will automatically manage the version. See, you cannot see the same file 2 times on a console. It will automatically, right? You can see, right? It's not available. Why? Because I have to make it public. Same thing, I can click over here. Now you can see this is version 2. Now again, I'm going to refresh my domain. So you can see this is version 2, right? So if you want to maintain the multiple version from S3's bucket, you can manage by with the help of this versioning service from the bucket, right?
Okay, guys, so that's it for this part. For the next scenario, we will host the same website on a EC2 instance, and we have a three more tasks in pipeline. So keep watching this web hosting using AWS. Thank you.